In this video, I'm gonna be walking you through the exact system that I use with my clients to get results like these. So if you are a busy guy who wants to drop fat, build muscle, and just overall feel confident in your skin again, then I'm gonna show you how to train just 3 times a week to put on real muscle, how to structure your food so that you don't feel like you're starving, and how to seamlessly fit this into your schedule so that you don't burn out and you don't feel like you're living in the gym. Because most people are just guessing. All they need is accountability and a proper structure. So let me show you exactly how this works. You have a busy schedule, you're stressed out, and you're stuck, and you keep starting over every single Monday. And that's exactly how I was. When I was 215 pounds, I kept starting over, had no structure in my life, but it was not about working harder that got me to the physique that I have today. It was having a structure in place that actually fit my life. Most men don't fail because they're lazy. They end up failing because they're guessing. They're guessing on the workouts that they should be doing, they're guessing on the food that they should be eating, and they're guessing on how to fit everything into their week without making it just such an overwhelming thing. And when life does end up getting busy, everything just ends up collapsing. Because at the end of the day, guessing kills consistency, and consistency is the only thing that makes fat loss actually work long term. Now, before I explain everything and get into my systems, I want to show you guys this. These are real client results, and these are just a little bit of them. Now, this is my first client. His name is Matt. He's 39 years old, and he came to me at 200 pounds, and he wanted to cut down some weight. And his biggest issue that we had to fix was we had to kick his metabolism back into high gear. You know, as you get older, your metabolism slowed down. And his biggest issue was he wasn't eating breakfast. He'd have a light lunch, a light dinner, not really any protein at all. He wasn't working out. So all we did was put him on at-home workouts. He was doing simple band workouts, dumbbells. We upped his calories to about 2,200, and then 3 months in, we dropped him to 2,000. He was eating more food, dropping the weight. His metabolism kicked back in. He was walking consistently, hitting the gym consistently, hitting his macros consistently, and every single week we saw his physique getting better, and we saw the weight dropping down. And overall, now he has a plan in his life that he can do for the rest of it and stay lean and fit, and he feels way better. Now, client 2 here, his name is Xander. He's 19 years old. We went from 150 to 130 over the course of 6 months, and as you can see at the start, he had no abs, a lot of excess fat. He wasn't tracking his calories, wasn't really going to the gym. He just didn't have a clear thought in his mind of what he wanted. So he came to me. We bumped his calories up to about 2,000 because he didn't know what he was eating before. So I started him at 2,000, and in the first week, he was already dropping 2 pounds. Consistently just dropping the weight, and he honestly built muscle, dropped the fat, and as you can see now, he has a full 6-pack. All he needed was some structure and just someone to push him to show up every single day, and look at him now. He looks like a model. Now, client 3 here, his name is Owen. He's 23 years old, and he came to me at 250 pounds, and at the end right here, he is 210. We lost a full 40 pounds over the course of 6 months. And at the start, he wasn't really tracking anything at all. He wasn't really working out. So all we had to do was get him in the gym, and he wanted to run a marathon, so he was doing a little bit of hybrid training. So we got him into the gym. We started getting his calories right, started him about 2,400, and then slowly dropped over the course of 6 months. And as you can see now, he has a full 6-pack. He ran a marathon, and he feels the best he's ever felt in years. Now, client number 4, his name is Grayson. He's 20 years old, and he came to me at 250 pounds. And over the course of 6 months, we got him down to 215. And as you can see, he has visibly way less fat. He says he feels amazing, and this is as good as he's looked in his entire life. And at the start, obviously, wasn't tracking any macros, wasn't working out, and he just really wanted to make a change. So I got him on simple workouts, and I got him on a repeatable diet so that he could consistently lose this weight. Started him about 2,400 calories and slowly dropped it over the course of the 6 months. And now he just overall feels great, and he has a plan set that he can do for the rest of his life, because you need structure and a long-term solution. But here's the truth. The problem usually is not effort, because most of the guys I talk to are actually trying really hard. The biggest problem is structure, because you don't need more motivation. You need a plan that's going to tell you what to do, when to do, and how much to do, even when you're tired, stressed, and super busy. And just by doing more, it does not equal that you're doing better. When you add more workouts, more cardio, more restriction, that's usually when you burn out and end up just giving up. Busy men like yourself just need efficiency, because the goal is simple. You need minimum time, maximum results, and a system that you can repeat week after week and that you can end up doing for the rest of your life. Now that we get into the full system, I call it the core method. It's built for busy men who want results without turning their entire life into some fitness job. It's just 4 pillars, and if you can nail these, fat loss becomes predictable and you're no longer guessing and you can consistently lose the fat. Now, pillar one is clarity. You need to know what to do, what to eat, when to do it, and just how much to do. So you're no longer guessing. Right here, I have an example of a meal plan. It has all of it laid out for you, and I don't stick you to just one meal. Like you have to eat this, you have to eat that. I give you options so that you can pick and choose what you want to eat, and we can come up together with solutions if you don't like these foods or if you want a different option. And now pillar two is optimization. So when we're in the gym, we want to make sure that the workouts are something that you can do and are some things that aren't going to hurt your body. If you have knee pain, if you have whatever it is, we build around it, and I can add in more workouts. I can take out some workouts. It's just to make sure that we're optimizing the workout so that it's something that you can repeatedly do for the rest of your life and still enjoy. Now, pillar three is routine, because you need to have a routine in place of something that you can repeat over and over and get results, because you just want to be running on autopilot. You're like, okay, this is what I need to do today. Check that off. You're good for the day. That's how you have a good routine in place so that you know that your results are coming. Now, pillar four is execution, because if you don't do the things that you say you're gonna do, you're obviously not gonna get the results that you want. So I am there for you. We do weekly check-ins. I text you throughout the day. If you have any questions, you call me, text me, whatever it is, I'm there to support you. That's what one-on-one coaching is for. You need someone there to give you a plan, hold you accountable, and actually get you the results that you actually need. And the best part of this is I'm not making you work out 6 days a week. I'm not making you commit your entire life to this. Simply 3 to 4 hours per week. You put 3 hours into the gym. The minimum is just complete 3 workouts. You can complete up to 6, because I give you the opportunity. If you want to do the extra, you do the extra, and then you need about 1 to 2 hours to just meal prep your food so that you're no longer guessing and you have simple, repeatable meals so that you will get the results. Even when you have a packed schedule, this is something that you will always be able to complete when you have structure. The first thing that you need to do inside the gym is focus on your technique, because just like a kid, they don't know how to ride a bike, they don't know how to talk, they don't know how to walk, but over time, when they keep doing it and they keep trying, even when it's sloppy, they end up figuring it out. You just need to keep showing up for yourself, and I promise you, the reps are going to get better, you're going to build muscle, you're going to start looking better, and you're going to start feeling like a pro inside of the gym. So the first thing that we're going to build around is compound lifts, things like squats or incline bench presses, because they hit the most muscles, they burn the most calories, and they make the most time in your gym actually count, and they actually help you when it comes to the accessories, because you're already getting the mind to muscle connection of how these muscles should feel when you're actually hitting them. Now, this is where most guys end up wasting their entire workouts. They show up and they coast. They just go in there, they hit some workouts, and they're like, oh, I'm done. That's just how you get a pump. That's not gonna actually allow you to build muscle. Training to failure allows you to build muscle, and it allows you to do way less volume so that you're in and out 45 to 60-minute workouts. You go in there, you do 2 sets of each exercise that I lay out for you, and you push yourself. You really give it everything you have, and then every single week you try to beat those numbers. If you did 8 reps this week, you do the same weight and you try to do 9, and then once you get to 9 or 10, you up the weight, and you keep doing that so that you know you're building muscle and you're getting stronger week by week. And you need to recover harder than you train. You need to recover like it actually matters, because it does. Your body doesn't transform in the gym. Yes, you send the receptors to your muscles saying, we need to grow, but it transforms when you sleep and you manage your stress and you let your body actually adapt, because you need to make sure that your sleep's in place, your diet is in place, and everything will come together after that. Now, nutrition is simple. The first rule is protein first. It's gonna keep you the most full, it's gonna protect your muscle, and it's gonna stop cravings from ruining your entire day. You want to shoot for 1 gram per pound of body weight. That is going to protect your muscles, and it's going to keep you the most full. And when it comes to carbs, they are not the enemy. There is no enemy when you have structure. You can eat carbs and still get lean. You just need the right amounts and to use them at the right time, so you have energy when you're lifting and you have the carbs in your system so that you can properly recover and you just don't feel dead all day. And at the end of the day, you need to eat like an adult. You need to have real meals, repeatable food, and just simple standards for yourself. You get these meals set out for yourself, you eat them, and you do not snack, because snacking is what's going to kill results, and you want to have predictable results. That's why you eat the foods that you set out for yourself, and you do that day in and out, and with consistency and enough time, you are going to reach your goals. Consistency beats perfection. And this is what makes it work, because you need to be consistent. You do not need to be perfect. You just need to have repeatable weeks that you can do week after week and see consistent results, because that is when your body will actually change. So at this point, you really only have two options. You keep guessing, just like all of my clients were right here. You restart, you start over on Monday and hope it sticks this time, just magically it's gonna happen. Or number two, we build a plan that's built around your body and your schedule, and we start seeing results just like all of my clients have within weeks, and you start building something that you can continue to do long term and completely change your life, because fitness is more than just changing your body. It builds discipline in so many other aspects of your life. When there's hard things that you don't wanna do, you've installed this discipline into your life where I'm gonna go do that. I'm gonna go accomplish this because I have that discipline in me and I have the drive to do hard things. So if you want my help building you out a plan so that we can get you from point A to point B and in the best shape of your life, I'm gonna leave a link in the description where you can book a one-on-one call with me, and we're gonna get to work.